My little pony, my little pony.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 51, recorded on April 22nd, 2012. I am your host, Apple Cider. Yeah, it's time for another show, everyone, and we got when I say that we usually have a jam-packed show, it means that there's a lot to talk about, but we've got tons of people, tons of content. Oh my god, this is going to be an enormous show. First off, I always have to welcome my great and awesome co-host there. Hey, Chef Sandy.
Hey, see.
How you doing?
Well, we survived that trip to Canterlot. Tell you what.
Yeah.
That was an adventure and a half.
Yeah. I can just imagine next time we play something, there's going to be... there's so much stuff to talk about. It's like we had 2 episodes in one. I mean, really. Yeah, we kind of did. Anyway, we have so much stuff. Our guests this week are we love the tabletops, we love gaming, and we actually have a full crew here that works on doing some tabletop stuff. Let me first introduce, I believe, the main man behind all this, Tall Tale. Hello.
Hello.
Could you explain to me your what you do and your Motley crew, and then I can introduce your Motley crew?
Sure, yeah. I'm Telltale. I'm the project and design lead for My Little Pony Role-Playing is Magic, the Season 2 edition. It's a tabletop role-playing game we built from the ground up for the My Little Pony universe, and got an awesome crew here.
All right.
I guess, do you want me to introduce them?
You can, tell you what, go ahead. Have fun.
Sure. My partner in crime for design is Know-It-All.
Hello.
Our art direction lead, our main layout and web designer is Artsy Hartsy.
Oh, yeah.
Our head illustrator and general art wizard is Pixel.
What's up?
And then this other guy who apparently has, some sort of foul mouth, and we have to hate him, is our other illustrator, Sketchbook.
Hey there.
All right.
Somehow I get a bad name.
It's because of the mean words you say, son. So we got a full crowd. There is a pack of 7 in here today, so there's going to be a lot of the words coming out, and it's not like we have a lot to talk about either. Yeah, like really, it's not like we just had a wedding. So, very great to have you guys on. We're going to talk about rolling dice, and we're also going to talk about crazy 2-part episodes involving weddings and crazy fae, evil pony, wedding, chrysalis, whatever. So, we got to get to that, but first we got to go through those 4 very important questions, the 4 questions that have to be answered every single friggin' episode that we do. There's 4 questions. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll start down the list. Since we got so many, we'll go through favorite character, favorite episode, why you like the show, and why you think of said love. We'll do those, tell you what, by person. So let's do this. Tall Tale, I need your favorite character.
Favorite character is Pinkie Pie.
Why?
To tell the story, or not to tell the story, she basically saved me from being Cranky Doodle Donkey.
Oh.
Yeah. I got turned around, and I credit Pinkie with why I'm optimistic and upbeat it.
Okay, awesome. And favorite episode?
Favorite episode? I love them all, but yeah, I gotta say, a Canterlot Wedding completely blew me away. It's taken the top spot.
Ooh, all right. Well, we're going to definitely talk about the 2-part series coming up, so that's good. So why you like the show so much, huh?
I like the show because it's got a positive, optimistic message, but it's still entertaining. And really, how often do you see that in a show?
Okay. And what do others think about when you say that you spend so much time about all this pony stuff?
I was actually fortunate enough that I kind of started the pony thing in my group of friends, so I'm kind of the head of our little herd. So nobody gets to talk bad about ponies.
Ah, there you go. Beatings will continue until morale improves. That's the way to do it. All right, know it all. We got the 4 for you. So go favorite character and favorite episode. What we got?
My favorite character is Applejack, and my favorite episode is Bridal Gossip.
Awesome. Why do you like the show so much?
I like it because I think it's extremely funny, but they do it in a way that doesn't affect the show's message. They never use dark humor. They still get the morals across. I just really love that.
Okay. And what do others how do others feel when they find out you're all about these marshmallow ponies?
Most of my friends like ponies, so I'm pretty set.
Woo! All right, that's a good way to do it. Artsy Hartsy, your turn.
Yep.
All right, character and episode, sir.
Favorite characters are Fluttershy and Pinky, just because they're awesome. Favorite episode is A Friend Indeed, because of all the songs, mostly.
Okay, and so why do you like the show so much?
I like it because the characterization is so spot on. The characters are so believable, and the world is so large and expansive. And it's just so happy and upbeat.
All right, rock. And what do others think of your love for the show?
Most of the people I know don't know that I'm a Brony, but the ones that do are my friends, and they're also Brony, so they're pretty happy with it.
All right, that's cool. Okay, moving a little onward. Pixel, we got to know what favorite character, favorite episode.
My favorite character is Sweetie Belle, because I relate to her in a weird sort of way. She's sort of my MBTI pony. And then my favorite episode is either Cider Squeezy, because I have a soft spot for Music Man, or A Canterlot Wedding, because, holy cow.
All right, that's super cool. And they're going to talk about the finale, of course, but Cider Squeezy always has a little place in my heart. Mainly because my name gets said over and over. And Pixel, why do you love the show so much?
It's got really solid writing and characterization, and it also has a really great sense of fun and humor. Okay,
and what do others think when they find out you love Pony?
Those of the people around me who aren't also fans of ponies, which are very few and far between, mostly view it with amusement or affection.
Okay, awesome. And finally, to wrap it up, sketchbook, character, go.
My favorite character has to be Fluttershy. I feel like I can relate mostly to her, so that's definitely why.
All right, episode, go.
Hurricane Fluttershy, by far.
Awesome, love, go.
The reason why I love the show, at least from my point, is it has an amazing art direction, and I love the animation, and the characters are just wonderful. I love the characters.
Others love, go.
I mostly surround myself with people that like the show, fortunately enough, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Woohoo! All right, we got through all those pretty quick. That's awesome. All right, super cool. We've got, of course, you 5 with us. We're going to talk about rolling dice and doing silliness with all that stuff. We've got a massive episode that we've got to go through, so this is going to be something for sure. But first off, I need my main man Chef to cue me in on something, which is our awesome sponsor. So, Chefers, if you would,
we got to talk about our guys. Delightful sponsor, Wheel of Fine. You can use our coupon code Bronyville10 to get 10% off your purchase, and they give you some pretty sweet swag with pretty much everything you purchase. I have this fantastic derpy poster that I posted on Twitter.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the newest things. These 2 first images and the newest are great. Oh, the old school Cutie Mark image with Celestia and Luna just painting on Cutie Marks as little fillies. That's adorable. Okay, and then there's their new vinyl scratch one that looks great. Oh, these are so good. They're always coming out with something. So I would recommend. And don't forget, it's maybe a little bit late for this, but the MLP T-shirt design contest. The ratings are wrapping up, and there wasn't as many as last time, and if you actually rated them all, you were in a chance to win shirts. So just a little heads up on that. So, very cool. That's We Love Fine. We love them. They're an awesome sponsor for us. And we also have a little bit of information about a particular convention and an audio clip that would go here, Mr. M.
Come one, come all. Come see the great and powerful Prince. I have come here to tell every pony about an upcoming event of untold grandeur. The event that I speak of is Everfree Northwest, the most amazing brony convention on the West Coast. Obviously, you have not heard of it yet. Only the most wonderful and dazzling ponies like myself know of its existence. At Everfree Northwest, there will be fantastic live music from brony musicians, as well as actual singers from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and maybe a few more surprises as well. So, make sure you join us at the great and powerful Everfree Northwest on August 17th to 19th. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But was there ever any doubt?
All right, and that does that. So, news time. I need my main news pony to tell me a little bit of information. Has anything happened this week?
Yeah, there's been some stuff. It's been kind of a big, busy week. Their season finale of some show about cartoon horses. Mm-hmm. For some reason, the media is like all over that. It's crazy. Yeah. So, first of all, just bottom line, season 2, roll the credits, Derpy Who's News, they're good about this. They just basically posted a big thank you and list pretty much everybody who has ever worked on the show.
Ooh.
Because I have to say, I felt kind of bad for all the people that worked on the show, because at the very end, they shrink down the credits and Tori Spelling was there. She looked like a wax doll.
That's to imply she isn't, but we'll get to that.
So, one thing that I want to point out is that in the credits, there was a new version of it. It had an organ, like a church organ, in the background, mixed in with the credits music. But you didn't hear it on the TV because Tori Spelling was there. So, if you want to go and find out who worked on this amazing show of wonderful cartoon horses, go look at this, and I bet you could find a way to send them a thank you note.
I think this could go along with this, but the entire lead up to this episode has been enormous.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's just like, oh yeah, this is going to pop up here. And we talked about last week it was the New York Times, right, where they had the wedding invitations, and then all different parenting blogs started talking about the wedding and doing things for it. It was crazy. Straight up noodle crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean there's just so much stuff that just started coming out with that. But yeah, that's cool. Everybody talking about how much fun that they had doing it, and I'm, with how much information and images they ended up leaking of the episode, I was shocked at how much they actually hid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's great. I know that some of you guys from DHX listen. You guys did a fantastic job. All of you, season 2, I think I could say exceeded expectations. So super cool. All right, we'll talk more about the episode in general a little bit later. But what do we have next, news pony?
Okay, so this is something from Bronies for Good. They're still doing their stuff for good. So this is Seeds of Kindness, getting an update, a bit of an album preview. Basically, they're putting the finishing touches on the soon-to-be-released Seeds of Kindness charity album, which is looking to be 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
There'll be a live stream of the album, and then there is something called the Massive Smile Project. I've not actually seen what it is. There's a video of it, but it didn't necessarily make sense to me because I didn't really listen to it. Needless to say, this is all going to support the Your Siblings charity, which is going to support a clinic in Uganda and the Green Village in Burundi. So that's pretty cool. It's good to see that this community has been really, it's very charity focused. Mm-hmm. It has people willing to do that, and through the power of the internet, maybe some kid won't die of malaria. Because that sucks.
I don't like it when kids die of malaria. I just want you to know that.
It's a bit of a downer.
I usually find when that happens, it's not usually a good thing.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. We're going to just go right through here. So, Galacon, the German and European pony convention, registration has opened to the public as of the 18th of April. Our friend Garrett is working on that. He's been our fantastic contact for all sorts of European Hasbro news. And, he's organized a convention for the European side, specifically Germany.
And it sounds like that he's been working hard. He's a cool contact for us, and it's good to see a little bit of a extra fun going over on the pond. You said this is in Germany, so good deal for them.
It's in Stuttgart, and all the details are available, and they're putting a cap of 400 people, which is pretty smart. And that makes sure that everybody can get in and have a good time. And I'm really looking forward to hearing how it goes. That'd be good.
Should be very good. I mean, it's Europe. That place is like the size of, I don't know, L.A., so everybody can get wherever they need to.
There's like a dozen people out there, right?
Really? I mean, all 18 of them can, 400, that's like all of Europe, right? I mean, that should take care of everyone. Okay, let's see. So what else we got? Any other big news?
Yeah, there's three little articles that are left, and they kind of all popped up in the lead up to the season finale because Hasbro did full court press and got people talking to people. Daniel Ingram was interviewed in Rolling Stone.
Hey, he's cool, and that's pretty big.
Say, at least the online version. Don't know if he'd be in the print version. Also, for some reason, they had him pose with a G3 Pinkie Pie and not a current one. What's with that? Anyways, moving on, they did say that it's just basically an interview with Daniel, and the talks about the music and the stuff that's in the show, and they post a couple examples of stuff off YouTube. But one thing that's really cool is they also talk about Living Tombstone, Alex S., and Your Beat Brony. 2 of the 3 we've had on the show. We still haven't had Alex S. on, but we could fix that.
We could.
But yeah, he got Your Beat Brony Discord with the Living Tombstone remix, which is a fantastic song. Zyra was over here earlier today and was blowing up his speakers.
Oh god, that song has so much bass. All of the bass.
And it's really impressive, and it's really cool that, Daniel is more than willing to be like, yeah, these remixers, they do really good stuff. And so, major thumbs up to that.
Yeah, I noticed that Eurobeat and was just like, yeah, I got my stuff in Rolling Stone, and I definitely hit up the Living Tombstone and said, yo, dude, you made Rolling Stone, and gave happy faces. He was psyched, so that's super cool. That's awesome. So yeah, a little bit of coverage there in the Rolling Stone, and of course it's good coverage. So very, very awesome. It's always nice when good talking comes out of all this. So what else? What other talkies were done with us this week?
Well, the Daily Dot. It's this thing. I honestly don't know much about the site. It was just something I sort of found via looking at the other news sites. And it's an article about the wide world of pony music. Basically listed Acoustic Brony, links out to Equestria Daily, links to the MLP fan wiki that lists 50 different musicians or so. And basically just talks about all sorts of... Basically, it's mainstream notice of the remix community, which I've always said is like one of my favorite parts of this community.
Yeah, they talk all about this. They even mention Bronies for Good and what they did with their album. So,
yep, and it's good stuff. There's not any nasty comments because I can't see them because I filter scripts. So if there were nasty comments, I couldn't see them.
I don't see any comments. So go. I see 28 Facebook likes and 23 tweets, but no comments on the actual page, so.
There we go. Always people calling pony fans nasty names, but not this time.
They couldn't find it. All right, what's the third one? I got 2 out of 3 down.
All right, and the last thing here is the LA Weekly, which is similar to San Francisco Weekly, who we had a guest on from just a little bit ago.
That would be correct.
Posting about the top 5 lessons for adults from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and basically just talks about good reminders, not stuff that you shouldn't already know, but reminders from watching a cartoon that adults can take from the show, and basically shows it as being like, this is a good thing and it's fine if you like it. So that's pretty good.
So let's see, just to look through these, don't try and do everything yourself. I can attest to that one. Don't be too modest. I don't ever attest to that one. Let's see. Click to the next page. Got 2 pages of these. Yeah, there's some other one. Some of these season 2 stuff. And yeah, so
it's cute.
It's just a little cute thing. I am a little jealous of that main picture that has the images of Shining Armor and Cadence and not being able to actually take a picture next to them, because I totally would have flashed the horns.
You totally would have.
Tongue out, flashing horns. Ah! I'm getting pictures taken with ponies.
Yeah.
People from the hub just going,
why did we not invite this guy?
There was a reason why it was not on the list, and then suddenly teleported here. That was a bad idea. Oh well, yeah. That's a neat one there. So yeah, top 5 lessons. All right, and okay. So it looks like that takes care of the main stuff. So shall I just chat a little bit about next episode?
Well, this is your wild idea, AC.
It is.
You have Mike.
I am worst idea pony. So just to give an idea. So we, of course, next episode is episode number 52. If you follow a weekly schedule, 52 would technically be the 1-year anniversary, but that was technically April 20th. But we actually want to do some sort of fun show for you guys for our actual, like, what would be 1-year anniversary. And the best way that we can think about doing this is by actually doing a live show. We have done some live show in the past. We've done the marathons. We've done stuff like that. But we actually want this live show to involve you. We want you guys to call in. We want you to be in the chat. We want to talk to you and find out what you thought about Season 2, what you loved, what you weren't game for. Ask us questions. We want to do all that stuff. So we have set up a Justin TV, and we will broadcast on that next week, most likely next Saturday or Sunday. I will include information and keep you updated over on BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. And you can just go ahead and join us, and we'll have a great time. We may have some guests. I might see if I can rope some of our champions to jump into the stream for a little bit. I am currently working on prizes, so if you really want to get yourself some Brony swag, we may have a whole host of stuff to give away. So I'm currently working on that, but that is going to be next week, most likely over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. It might be a good fix since there's not going to be any pony, and we can totally talk about the season, and you can talk on the show. Just get your Skype warmed up. The other last little thing I would like to do is that we're going to start a donation drive. I am working actually with a few contacts over at DHX, the wonderful people that do My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And since they are getting ready and all warmed up for Season 3, I thought that what would be a great, great, awesome thing to do is to show our love and admiration through the most important meal of the day, breakfast. So what we are going to do is for, I believe, the next few weeks, if not up to the month, any donations that go over to at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com, there is the donation little bar over on the right-hand side. Whatever donation you put in there will go into a fund to get these guys some awesome breakfast, because they have given so much to us, so why not give them something? So we'll get muffins and danishes, and we'll work with an independent bakery over there, make them some awesome food so that when they come into work, they just go, awesome, look at all this awesome food, these bronies are the best, and just give a little love back to the team that has done so much for us. So we'll talk about a little bit more on that on the marathon, or the episode 52 that's coming up. But yeah, we're going to do a big little donation drive. The more that we get for it, the more awesome food. I'd love to have a dude come in and make them crepes. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, put some Nutella. Oh, it's so good. But yes, that would be the big thing. So 2 things coming up. Episode 52, keep your ears out. We'll have more information over on the site and post it on Twitter. And then we have that donation drive. If you want to just drop a few bucks over, and we can give the production team something awesome to enjoy and remember us by. So, super cool news. Oh, all right, that's news. That's all the news stuff. So it's fanfic time, books, time to talk about things you can read. And with this, I'm going back. I'm going to pick up from my old well of fun. This is a fic that I have recommended many times before, and I'm just like, okay, here, I'm going to link it again, because I really do think this is one of the best fics you can read. It's short, I wouldn't say short, but it's a 1-chapter fic. It is an easy read. It is just like reading an episode. This could be an episode. Like, straight up, could be. And it is sunny skies all day long. It is the highest rated fic on Fem Fiction. And if you do not read this, you are missing out. I cannot recommend it more. It's just a great, fun little... It's just a story. It's an episode in itself. And I think it's just great. So if you've got the time, it's 1 chapter. It's 1 great chapter. Sunny skies all day long. It's on the show notes. Go find it over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. Chef.
So mine is a sad fic this week.
Whoa.
If you want to feel like you have been punched in the gut,
oh boy,
you will read this story. It is titled Shutdown by Cupcakes Nom. It is it's an incredibly short, incredibly sad little fic. And it's the basic description is: would you tell any pony if you knew the world was going to end? And there you go. That's sort of the opening thing, and it's a quick little read. If you find yourself too happy at some point, you can read the story and feel like garbage.
I don't know. I might be too happy. Should I read this if I feel too happy?
Well, it was one of those things that I read it and I was like, oh my god, that's so sad. And I don't read sad fics. So I had to go listen to Smile a dozen times to fix it.
Listen to some like really moody music and put that on. Just tears are coming down your face. Pinky Smile song now. I need to get a reaction. All right, so Chef is now trying to make us all cry, and it looks like
I mean, it's certainly a change of pace to my usual comedy or ship fic.
That is true. Speaking of fics that make us cry, hey, Tall Tale, what's this?
Yeah, apparently I'm going for tugging the heartstrings too. My fanfic, I don't actually read a lot of fanfic. I generally just look around for the ones that are doing something different or are dealing with a plot that you haven't seen before. I like things that are sort of not just fan fiction, or something new or experimental. And I really got kind of hooked on My Little Dashie. It's not a new one. I know it's been out for a long time. Probably everybody's heard of it and read it a bunch of times. But it struck a real chord with me, just the way it was written, that sort of crossover into the real world, but the perspective that it was done from. And it definitely brought me to manly tears. So I think tears are sort of the theme here for fics.
All right, Dashie time. Yeah. Know It All doesn't look like you read any.
No.
All right, no problem.
Not really a fanfic guy.
Artsy, what about you?
Yes, I have got a story called Wild, Sweet, and Cool. Basically, Spitfire writes a book that describes Pegasus ponies being ridden, as a good training method, and Rainbow Dash decides to try this out with Twilight.
However, she decides it's just Twilight Sparkle is just the mare to do the job. The Pegasus gets more than she bargained for.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. It looks like it is 5 chapters deep, incomplete. Tags are comedy and slice of life. So, yeah.
It's an interesting little read.
All right. 14,000 words right now out of those 5 chapters, about 3,000 each. So, all right. Little fun, silly training montage with Rainbow Dash.
I'm just gonna toss it out there. FimFiction's banner right now just gave me diabetes again.
Yeah, it's it's a little cute. That is a little bit of sugar poison right there. All right, Pixel. Looks like you have read something once.
I don't tend to read much fan fiction, but I did read Past Sins, and it was long, and it's a good bit of guilty pleasure cheese.
All right, so that's fine. That's at least 4 to 5 fics there. If you want to go ahead and catch up, we are getting towards the summer. We're going to have to. This is the point where we're going to have to rally together. It's going to be 5 months just dealing through it. We can make it, man. But you know what you can do? You can always read these fics and get yourself a little bit of pony during this period of time. So, start reading, son. It'll help you. All right, so now we got that done. That's all your books. It's topic time, as been written here. Rolling dice and whacking monsters. It's time to talk about some tabletopping. So, Tall, I might just give you a little bit of a freewheeling dealing time here to figure out how you want to go across this. You've definitely got some information written on the show doc over here for BronyShow.com, BronyvillePodcast.com. But go ahead and go a little bit more deeper into what you guys are doing with the My Little Pony tabletops.
Sure, yeah. We set out, oh goodness, close to the beginning of Season 2, we put out a game system that was just our first attempt at this. It was My Little Pony Role Playing is Magic, Season 1 edition. We put it out. Originally, it was a very rough document. Really, it was kind of more guidelines for how we might do the system eventually. And Archie contacted me about doing a more prettified PDF of it, making it look not so awful. And it came out, and we got some game groups that I think actually there's a couple of them that are still playing it, which is very nice. And we decided that we wanted to give it a shot, really give it a shot, and do a second season version of it, and come at it just going strong. And now that we had the time to do it, so we went ahead and went for the second season edition. My Little Pony Role Playing's Magic Season 2 edition is the result. It's going to hopefully be out in a few weeks here. Our target release date is May 12th. But as I've got written in the doc, that's not a pinky promise. Please be patient if we run a little bit later. It's we want to make sure it's right before we put it out. But it is a tabletop role-playing game. It's a pen and paper role-playing game that's designed to be within the universe of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and is designed to be easy to play and really not so much a module for another game or a conversion of D&D or something like that, but we wanted to design a system from the ground up to try to reflect some of the deeper themes and ideas behind Friendship is Magic, and some of the things that they really go with about friendship and inner strength and learning and growing and that sort of thing.
Okay, so you don't need a D&D book or Savage Worlds or any other thing. This is going to be self-reliant upon itself.
Exactly. It's when this comes out, if you get the book or go to the website, but if you get the game rules in any form, that's all you'll need. You'll be able to pick that up and play it. Well, I mean, you'll need friends and a D20, but aside from that, it's self-contained, built from the ground up to be itself.
Okay, sounds very cool. So let's do this. Let's break down into let your some of your other team members kind of dictate what they do. Know it all. Let's find out what you've done. What's your primary focus and what fun stuff you've been putting into this.
Well, basically, I work with the mechanics of the game. I do a lot of the Q&A stuff, testing, just make sure all the numbers come out right, which has been a little bit challenging just because of the way the game's designed. It's set up so you can play it really, I don't know how to describe it. It's a looser game. It's not heavily rule bound. It allows the players and the GM to work together and kind of make the game their own. It's very house rule friendly for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, basically that's what I do. It's kind of just making sure that all the rules match up right, and it'll make for a good play experience.
Okay, and is this one of those games that we've definitely had one of our friends on and that did the Savage World kind of games. What's the way that you kind of deal with combat in this game? Since it is touched a little bit on Friendship is Magic, but it's also something that is a little bit glossed over. There's not actual damage. So how you guys are handling that?
Well, we have a system where you are, instead of, because obviously you don't, to be true to the, pony universe, you don't want them killing each other. So we have it where you're sidelined, where you're taken out of the fight for a reason. And it can be done through more ways than just combat. Say if you're in a situation where there's a monster and your pony character is getting very scared, they can roll against your courage to see if you don't get sidelined and get out of the fight because you're too scared to do anything. So we tried to do it in a way where it's not just putting ponies into basically any other system where you're just fighting and going after HP.
Okay, I'm looking through the guide right now. This seems like this is opposed to what a lot of stuff with D&D. It's very much a you versus the GM. This sounds like a little bit more of a collaborative one, where if you have a mean old GM, you might be able to get along, but it's more about the storytelling aspects and a little bit less about the hard rules and numbers.
Exactly, and I guess the biggest challenge of the thing was making a system that is friendly to that type of atmosphere. But if people who did want to play very hard rules got a hold of it, they could take what's there and work with it. So it's not too just subjective and conceptual. Okay, sounds good. Anything else you wanted to add in real quick, or have any other fun tidbits, or shall we move along? No, not really. That's all I had. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Artsy, let's find out a little bit from you. What fun stuff have you been putting into this game?
Yes. Basically, what I did in the beginning was work with Talltale to work out the overall art direction. And since then, I've just been making the website, making the PDF, and making the EPUB. So taking what they've written and what the artists have awesomely drawn and making the output files and stuff.
Okay, so are you doing not only doing the website and all the images in it, are you constructing the PDF and all that, or?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. I do see there. I'm looking at the as to yet be released site that's out there that we have graciously been given a little link to in our email. And are those the images that are going to show up in the full PDF? And I love that rocking out looking little spike there. That's awesome.
Those are a few of the images. The PDF will have a bunch more, though.
All right, cool. All right, I'm seeing those. I do like that. Look at that, baby. Look at that rocking out little spike. Yeah, she's laughing.
I should mention AC, and this is just props to Artsy on doing this. The game's actually going to have a few different, not versions, but different ways you can get it. We're going to have a version that's friendly for mobile devices, the .epub version, and we'll have the full PDF and that sort of thing. But he's set up a sort of different art direction for each one, which is really cool. So it's not just the same thing repeated. You'll actually have a different sort of reading experience.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome.
All right, that sounds cool. That'll take care for your various devices. Yes.
Just don't visit the website on your mobile devices just yet, because it just explodes.
So that means you obviously must look at it on your mobile devices just to see how it explodes, because you mentioned it.
That's true.
All right. Pixel, let me find out what you do.
They give me a list of illustrations to do, and I've been doing them. I think there's going to be between 25 and 30 illustrations in the book, all polished and clean and lovely. And I also took some time and did a little bit of the kind of project infrastructure. I helped set up the development wiki, and I also set up the sort of shared Dropbox thingy-majigger that helped us share files back and forth.
Okay, so you're doing a little bit more of the art stuff and also helping, manage all this crazy information, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Dropbox is such a savior.
Oh, God, I love Dropbox.
God, it really is.
It's so good. Use it for all of our files and just be like, here, M, take this and make us sound good.
Yeah, we might not actually have finished or be finishing this thing if Pixel hadn't set up this infrastructure, so you're awesome, Pix.
Woohoo!
Yay. All right, and Sketchbook, I guess you do something.
Yeah, I'm something at least, hopefully. I came in a little bit late, so I'm actually like the second illustrator, kind of back up to Pixel. I've been doing some watercolors actually for the book. They're pretty interesting and came out pretty nifty. It's kind of a counter to what Pixel's been doing, which he does vector art, and mine's actually like traditional, so it's actually a really interesting look to compare the two and have them both in the same book. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The watercolors are beautiful.
Well, thank you.
They really are, yeah.
And I do notice something here, and maybe it does relate to you, Sketchbook. Maybe Tall Tale could go into a little bit of detail here, but there's a promotional giveaway of some sort?
Yes. We're setting up this, what we're going to try to do here. Because Sketchbook went ahead and did watercolors, and these gorgeous, what are they, 11 by 17?
16 by 20, actually.
16 by 20. These 16 by 20 watercolors, they're amazing. I've linked the two that are finished into the Google Doc. And the third, I think, is just about done. Probably, like a day or a couple days from now?
Hopefully tonight, actually.
Nice. But we decided that we've got those scanned in. We're going to be using them in the book, but we didn't want to just keep them to ourselves. So we thought it'd be a great thing to do if we set up giveaways to give these away. There's 3 of them in there. One's Discord, one's the 2 princesses, and the third one that isn't yet done is actually the cover of the Daring Do book. And so we're going to be doing some giveaways once we've got the details worked out. And they're going to have different themes to them, and so there'll be different things that the community can do to get a hold of these things. But whoever wins each giveaway, or whoever we decide to give them away to, we're going to have them framed, and we'll get them out to you. So you'll own a piece of one-of-a-kind pony art.
Yeah.
And let's see, first giveaway on donations, help the development, details aren't set. Yep, okay, so that's all in the show notes there. And of course, we do have a link there, but if you wish to say it out loud for those that don't like to visit the webpage, where can they find this at?
We're going to have all of this on our website. It's just the acronym for the game, MLPRIM.com. That's going to be our home base.
My little prim. Shorten that for you. All right, cool. And you got that No Pinky Promise release date of May 12th. And all right, cool. So that's coming up quickly. Less than a month, another tabletop jumping out there. And looks like that you have a little contact information here.
Yes. If anybody out there has questions or comments, or there's anything that you want to get in touch with us about, you can email me at talltale@gmail.com, and it's tall tale as in the tail that's on the back of a pony.
All right, tall tale. Oh boy, that's one of those 3. Say that 5 times fast. Tall tales. It's
a tongue twister.
That actually messed me up the first time I was trying to get into it and show them my initial work, because it was actually written down wrong.
I screwed myself up on it.
Silly names. Okay, anything else that you guys want to do? Any shout-outs, or shall we move along to OMG Finale?
I actually just like to put out there, we're trying to set up a sort of a call to the community here. When the game comes out, one of the biggest things that we've been asked about since the Season 1 edition came out was whether or not Season 2 edition would have pre-made episodes, which is what we're calling our adventures. For D&D, you might call it a campaign or a chronicle, that sort of thing. We call them episodes. But whether or not there'd be pre-made episodes and campaign settings and that sort of thing, because we designed the game to be based on the canon of the show, but very open and friendly to fan fiction settings and anything that the community and the players want to be able to do with it. And because of that, and because of, as Know-It-All was talking about, it's a very rules-light, mechanics-light system. It's actually very easy to go through and make a pre-made episode or campaign setting. You don't actually need to write down a whole lot of mechanics. You just need to write down sort of a story in its stages, and some, who's the villain if there's a villain, or what's the conflict, and how can it be resolved. Well, we haven't had time to make any pre-made episodes or campaign settings. We've been really focused down on the book and getting everything set. So my call is sort of out to the community. It's, if anybody has an inclination to try your hoof at making a pre-made episode or a campaign setting, please give it a go when the game comes out. And we're kind of hoping that some of the bigger fan fiction settings will get something made for them. Fallout Equestria.
That seems really popular. What's this about?
I know. Who is it? Yeah.
Get your Grim Derp Pony role-playing on with dice this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And if any of those community campaign settings or episodes or anything want any help with the graphic direction, I'll be happy to help them. So,
well, yeah. This is just assuming that the system itself has enough flexibility that pretty much anything can be adapted. So,
yeah, right. Yeah. And we think most things can be adapted, and not to, I guess, commit to it, but that actually community content might be one of the bases for one of our watercolor giveaways. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, so you get your My Little Pony X-Men game going there. Make
My Little X-Men.
Magnet ponies are real.
We have to do that.
Never forget magnet ponies. All right, that sounds good. Shall we go ahead and talk about a finale?
We shall.
We got a wedding to talk about. 2 episodes, a Canterlot wedding, part 1 and part 2. Time to do this.
Woo!
All right, we are talking about Season 2, episode number 25 and episode number 26. Overall episodes number 51 and 52. Original air date was the April 21st, 2012, unless you were at one of the screenings, which would have been April 14th, 2012. Written by Megan McCarthy, storyboarded by Sabrina Alberghetti, Raven Melrose. I'm always bad about hoping I'm not saying names wrong. Justin Nichols and Tom Sales. That's a lot for storyboarding. Yeah, it's the same on both sides. All right. This episode was the kind of episode we'd wanted all season long. All right.
Well, I'm going to say out front that I never thought I would get hype over a pink pony wedding, and guess what?
Did you get hype on a pink pony wedding?
It actually delivered.
Oh, man, there was such a lead up to this. And you know what? I was honestly scared that they had shown too many cards, and they didn't. They totally didn't, because it's just like, we already know who it is, like the characters, and we know that this is going on and that, and then just like, nope, you didn't know half of it. So, I think let's just get the general feeling from everyone in the room. I thought, first viewing, I try and just enjoy it as is. Second viewing, I enjoy it for the entirety, and I have to say that was a really wild ride. like not knowing where it was going and knowing that something was up and then seeing it actually happen and then the resolution to it. Anything that I would have to say wrong about it is like so nitpicky. It's like just me looking for little loopholes in a kid's show, you know. So it's just like I can't. It was a very good two-parter. I would have to say, if I had to take this or the Discord episode, I thought this was better than the Discord two-part. Like by far.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's so strong. It's so amazingly strong. Chef, your feelings?
I really enjoyed it. I had the awesome chance that Inky came over. Inky Spots, our fantastic host of that puts all of our stuff. He gives us the internet so that you can listen to us. He came over and we watched a stream on my wall. It was amazing, and it's always fun to sit down and watch it with a friend because you're both there to genuinely enjoy the show, and you can both bounce off each other's reactions. So it makes it a much more enjoyable viewing experience. So, you know, for all of you Forever Alones, I feel bad for you because watching an episode of Pony fresh with friends is amazing. So I really loved it. The music was like, oh, so good. Daniel really outdid himself this time, and I thought it was a fantastic cap to a really good season.
Okay, Tall, what about you? How'd you feel?
Yeah. Sandy pretty much nailed it for me. There was a comment when I was watching the live stream. There was a comment that came up from one of the other viewers that said something like my God, it's like a Disney movie but better. And that's I'm pretty much with them. It's like the closest that we've gotten to a My Little Pony movie.
It really kind of was. It was like one of those Disney not to put any connotations on this, but it was. No. It kind of felt like one of those just like hour-long animated like Disney TV movies. Especially considering the fact that they did 2 episodes one after the other.
Right. Yeah, I could not be happier with the way that they ended season 2.
All right. Let's see. We got 4 other to go through. Do any of you other artsy pixel sketchbook know it all? We can put all these pieces together and then we can nitpick. But any overall feelings on the episode you guys wanted to add?
Queens are confirmed for evil.
Yeah.
Queens are pretty recognizably evil. That's actually why they made the princesses not be queens, because there's so much of a bad connotation with queens.
Interesting.
Thanks,
when it's
Disney.
When it's the Zerg Queen.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, she was a little bit Kerrigan there.
Yeah,
she was a little Zergy.
A little bit.
I really didn't expect bug ponies. I was waiting for Nuke EM Rainbow.
Yeah, I couldn't contain myself. I think even the first viewing or a subsequent later viewing, I said requires more Vespine gas. Just to poke at that. But yeah, I think anything that we can bring up Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this. The worst part of the episode had nothing to do with the episode. And this is nitpicky. I understand that she's got clout for moms and whatever, but Jesus, Tori Spelling.
Also, I had this moment of private rage when she had Rarity, and she fainted, and she said, "Is there a vet?" And I was, what is wrong with you, woman? They are ponies. They have doctors. It was just this moment of, you butchered it. Why? And I know it was for mom cred. I really do. But God, she was the worst part of that.
Yeah, I mean, sure, she probably had a script and doing whatever stuff, but it's just, it was. you would go from watching the episode and being so in it and just kind of sitting there at the edge of your seat, and it's just like, oh boy, looks like things are bad. What do you think, Fluttershy? Like, Jesus Christ. Oh.
Just mute.
I luckily watched it later on YouTube, so avoided all of that.
Oh, you are the lucky one.
Yeah, I watched one of the watched one of the high def things, and it was totally just like, this episode feels good, and then the credits had her, and I'm just like,
Cannot escape the spelling. Yes.
Let's see.
Thankfully, there's none of that on the iTunes release.
Yes.
It's just Pony.
Yes,
That's good.
I'm very interested to hear the organ outro. That'll be very. I'm actually kind of sad I didn't hear that because I had to listen to Tori Spelling talking at Rainbow Dash. Boy, everything worked out good. Oh God. And I do have to say this is terrible news, and I hate to break it on this show, but Tori Spelling accidentally made there be the correct rules that humans can be in Equestria. I'm sorry to say it. She broke the fourth wall, and now because of Tori Spelling, there are humans in Equestria. I hate to tell this.
I reject your reality. That cannot be.
And not just any human, but Tori Spelling.
It's like a whole bunch of fanfics got negated, and then a whole bunch more got confirmed.
I wish to offer I was actually toying with this and just doing like secondary B tier weirdo like celebrities just get their own fix to go into Equestria now. I was like Alec Baldwin in Equestria. Steve Buscemi in Equestria, just all these just like they're secondary, but just hey, it's Steve Buscemi. Oh man, sure is bright here.
Mr. T in Equestria, I want to read that one.
He's going to throw you super far. God help you if he gets hungry. So, but yeah, moving beyond the relative awfulness of Tori, I'm sure she's a wonderful person. Just her inclusion in this seems very out of nowhere. So, but the actual episodes themselves, they almost have to be taken, in my opinion, as a single two-parter or as a single episode, because they have to basically air both parts together. They can't just do the semi-random. Okay, we're gonna air we're gonna air Hurricane Fluttershy and then Super Speedy Cider Squeezy, because they don't necessarily have a continuity. But they can't just air one part of that in the random rotation.
They could, because the intro to the second one states what happened to the first one, but it would be just like, yeah, and then there's a wedding, and Canterlot, and Twilight's mad, and weird stuff, and oh no, green fire! It would.
Yeah, it's like episode 25 is just like, oh yeah, this episode ends with Twilight being sent to hell. She got over it.
She got sent to hell, but got better,
If they aired them on separate weeks, the internet would have just exploded.
Oh god!
Oh, riots everywhere.
That would be like Battlestar, just sitting there going like, ah! Oh, that would have been horrendous. All right, so let's do a quick rundown of the episode because there's so much that we can kind of hit on here. The note to the group saying everything that they got to do, finding out about Shining Armor and Princess Cadence being added in. You got the first song, the BBBFF, Big Brother Best Friend Forever, which I do have to admit I thought was probably one of the weaker ones, but then I found out all the nifty stuff about that song. Let me pull that up because it turns out that Daniel Ingram actually hid some like very specific tiny musical like Easter eggs in there.
So awesome.
He did some musical stuff.
Yeah. So I'm going to there's a description that somebody has mentioned, and it's gotten like confirmed by Daniel Ingram himself. But what pretty much happens is that the song has a cadence, and it's known as an authentic cadence. But when they do it later on, they change some of the parts of that song, and get this, it becomes a deceptive cadence.
Huh.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's just so cool. I love
Really
it.
clever.
And then there's another part where at the very end of the original part of the song, the cadenza that is being used is the opening notes of the MLP song. Oh, what do you know? That sounds kind of. Oh, hey, what do you know? You sneaky sucker! We caught on to your little foolery and tricks. And you know, sometimes things don't take right for me on the first viewing, but then I appreciated that song that much more just knowing like the pieces to it. I think based off of the other songs that were added to it, that one unfortunately got the shorter stick, but having that extra bit to it made it that much more fun.
I can see that.
Let's see. So going to Canterlot, doing all that stuff. Then I mean, the big point was the Twilight going off of the train and finding her brother, and then finally meeting Princess Cadence. And I have to say, the moment that she did that little, like, the little sunshine gumdrops, thing, and it was completely just like, oh, yeah, what the hell are you doing? I was like, something's up here. I had a major, like, Sonic the Hedgehog flashback of just like, she didn't do the funny kiss right. About 6 people in the room probably got that one. But I was just like, using that plot device, I know that. And then everybody else doing their thing. As for the first episode, there's so much to it. Is there anything you guys want to talk about episode 1 in particular?
I gotta say, and this is sort of an odd thing, I guess, to really like. I really liked the way that the train passed through the spell.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
How it sort of scanned everything. Like that was a really neat setup for later.
Everyone just feels all on for what the hell?
Yeah, it's like, please hold still. You are being scanned. Just I don't know. It was really neat to see that sort of thing with magic. So
you have been found inappropriate.
Yeah, it's almost implied that it's more for the viewers to see than the ponies themselves, because they reacted to it, but they didn't actually say, we just passed through this giant shield, what was that?
Right.
But only after Shining Armor specifically showed her did she go, oh, there's this massive bubble. So it was more of a showing on the part for the audience to say, hey, there's this purple bubble around town, than the actual ponies noticing it, which is rather interesting.
That felt weird.
I mean, Twilight would probably have experience, because, she can do a smaller scale version of the same spell, but she, I guess, didn't know that her brother did that? I don't know. I thought that was an interesting...
Maybe to a smaller extent. Putting a massive bubble around a city is probably not something he has to do all the time.
Yeah.
And it has been a while since they've seen each other, as it seems. The other point, let's see, there's something I wanted to say. I think that there is the interesting parallel between this and Party of One, where, or not Party of One, sorry, Lesson Zero. The interesting parallel there of everyone thinking that Twilight is kind of taking things a little too far, and them going like, listen, you need to kind of tone it down. Like, no, I know what's going on. Like, you gotta trust me. Everybody going like, okay. We've seen this before, Twilight. I just want you to know.
You'd think that after Lesson 0, they'd learn that either pay attention to Twilight because she knows what's going on, or pay attention to Twilight because she's about to ruin everything.
Right. If you don't pay attention to Twilight when she starts freaking out, everything explodes and magic is involved.
Yeah.
So that's...
That scene where everyone walks past her was just my heart.
That was... Like that even seemed weird. I almost was like, wait, did she get to the rest of them? Because they're all like none of them. They're just like, whatever, we're gonna keep doing our stuff.
Yeah.
But then summon the nightmare fuel, which was the green fire and the twilight slowly descending into the floor. Like that was like the coolest, creepiest effect.
That was awesome.
Yeah, just warlock magic.
Just, I'm sorry, you will be. Credits. All right, so yeah, I think that probably covers most of the big things. Of course, you see this stuff with the crazy mind googly goo. But the first episode is really the setup for the second episode, where it gets real.
Yeah.
We're talking about underground caves and holy crap, who's this lady? And fights, friendship is magic, just seeing their stuff turn to real. And friendship is fighting, I mean. And just pulpas and actual weddings. So, what about this? The underground scene with the cave was, like, just great.
Yeah, well, that was great continuity. Mm-hmm. First of all, they established with the their Christmas episode basically with the unicorns and gems, that sort of thing. I thought it was really cool that they brought that into play, even just sort of side on like they did. That was really neat.
Huh, so this could be the same cave that they had in the in that episode where, they got frosted over and everything. This could be attached to that same complex. Huh. Curious.
Yeah, could say that.
Okay. Let's see. Well, leading out of the cave and finding the real Princess Cadence. That second song, the This Day Ara. Oh man. Aria. Sorry, I don't know words. I do a podcast, but I don't know words.
So I'm gonna pause you here for a second, AC. When Cadence, fakes Cadence, spoilers, actually told AJ to address her by her full name, I totally thought of you.
Oh, why?
Princess mi amore di Cadenza. It's like, oh, look, it's AC. Keeping that Apple family English alive.
Cadence, yeah, that's how you say that.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, yes, please, don't derail me too much, Cadence. But, I that second song, the aria, or if I said that wrong a second time, I don't know. But I listened to that the second time, and I think of all the ones that are out there, that is my favorite, because it's one of those back and forth, just like it's the evil song. It is the bad. I am the villain song. By the way, it's I have something for like minor songs and like weirdly minor, and I am setting up the bad stuff that I am about to do. So that was I had a real good. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Well, and really impressive vocals, I have to say, in that one.
Oh yeah.
Just a lot of, how the tones would go from medium to very high and then drop immediately back. And actually, this is sort of a question, if anybody knows for sure. The voice actress for Cadence, was that the same voice actress for Trixie? I heard that somewhere.
I believe so, correct. That would be Trixie's voice actress, which we could probably pull up somewhere if we found it online somewhere. Mouses, start moving.
That's...
It's called This Day Aria.
Yes, This Day Aria.
Yes.
Let's see. Actually, I can find that out. Click this. Get to the link. Let's see. Sung by Britt McClip. So, and yes, I believe that is the same voice actress that did... Oh, God, it's an IMDb. Or it's a Wikipedia page. There's a billion things on here. But yes, I believe... She is listed here as Cadence, and I swear I believe she's also Trixie. I've seen that.
Okay.
Oh, wait. All right, sorry. I don't know things. Or Crystal. All right, whatever. Moving on. So it's time for the reveal of the queen herself. That changing scene was crazy, and like that is quite possibly the craziest like design that they have come up with yet. Like the amount of fan art that has come out for Chrysalis has been huge. There was a whole draw friend on her.
Yeah. Just a flood of art.
Queen cheese legs.
Yeah. she does kind of have Swiss cheese.
She's also got cheese hair and cheese wings.
Yes.
Yeah, this character design is just really cheesy.
Oh. That's why you guys keep them around. You keep them around for those jokes.
Zing.
It's an Australian pun machine, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, the entire like the hollowed out horn and legs, it's just a great design with that. But let's see, and then you had the whole fighting with the main six fighting themselves, which was great. The real ceremony, everyone going nuts. Then Vinyl Scratch showed up again.
I gotta say, on the way that they resolved sort of the bug invasion, that was really cool to me. Just because it has that message behind it that sort of establishes you don't have to be one of the main six to be a hero. Mm-hmm. You know, and do really amazing things. Like, you don't have to be Celestia. You don't have to be... Now, granted, it's a princess and the captain of the royal guard, but, characters established for one episode were still able to be the heroes. Right. I thought it was really neat how they did that.
Yeah, it was kind of nice that it didn't come down to, crap, get the elements.
Right, yeah, it wasn't, hey, go get the gun, like...
Okay, we got the gun, pow.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was going to be Twilight having to put up the shield again and learn it from her brother.
That'd be fine.
I didn't think this would happen, but I was hoping Luna would have seen what was going on and come down in her bat-winged horse chariot thing and jumped in.
Yeah,
I love that they sort of touched on that when she showed up at the end. Was like, hey, did I miss anything?
Thank you.
Like, what were you doing? Like, were you just playing Xbox the whole time? Like, what's going on here?
She was just asleep during the whole battle, drool coming out of her mouth.
She's sitting there just playing on her Xbox, just like, I'm just about to prestige. Knock it off.
Right, just like, let me get to the next save point. I swear I'll stop him.
She's sitting there playing like Binding of Isaac, of just like, no, I can't pause.
I haven't hit the save point.
No. Right. You gotta get to a safe room. Yeah, I mean, it was a fine song, and the remixes of all the music starting to come out, and there's been some fantastic stuff. There's going to be a great one at the end of this episode that you guys can enjoy. I understand. I listened a little bit to it once, but I understand some of you guys have got it on repeat already.
Yeah. It's been the soundtrack for the whole day.
Such a good episode, and you know what? That's it. That's season 2 for you. It's done. Put a stick in it. And so much pony. And now we got to go ahead and hold ourselves off for about 5 months.
Yes. Time for fanfic writers to strike.
I'm sure there are people planning to hibernate. They may have already done so.
Well, shameless plug here. You can always make pony content with our game.
Yes!
Novel idea.
It's almost like that's planned.
What? That's crazy talk, AC.
How affectatious of us. So yeah, I think that unless you guys have any other particular points, I mean that is 2 episodes wrapped into one. I would love to see them do this again. I will make the point that I was surprised a little bit with how much talk was out there, that there wasn't a mention of Discord. So whatever is going to happen, if it is going to happen, from what Delancey says, is probably set for season 3. So we shall see. But yes, more of these. I would grab this mic stand, but M would hate me for the rattle it would make. But this is me making a throttling noise. More, more, damn it, more. All right. So, anything else, or shall we move on to mail?
Let's move on to these magical emails we have.
Okay, super awesome. You can always send an email across to us. That is bronyville@gmail.com. We listen to it. We've got our very own Starry Night actually helping to manage those emails now, so you'll actually get a reply from one of us when you send something in, hopefully. So they will not always swirl down into the abyss. We will respond and talk about stuff, and it looks like Starry is moving closer to the mic. Oh, no. She's just trying to point out something to me. Let's see. Andrew Francis, Shining Armor / Brayburn. All right, so the Shining Armor was also the voice of Brayburn.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right, so hold on. She's pointing more things to me. Hoops / Trixie was Kathleen Barr, and Queen Chrysalis. So there we go. All right.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go.
Cool.
Okay, so that is that takes care of that. All right, bronyville@gmail.com. You can send those across, and we will answer it. I will go ahead and get first, and we'll go down the same list that we have in order. So myself, Chef, Tall Tale, Know It All, Heartsy, Pixel, and Sketchbook. If we have 7 in there, I don't think we do. But I will go ahead and start. And by the way, he mentions Able Cider. That is the name. I had to change my Google Plus account because they said, hey, Apple Cider isn't a name. So
I had parents who hated me. Shut up.
Yeah. I had to sneak around. I was like, fine, here you go. So there you go. Good day, background hostess and Able Cider, and even Chef Sandy. Unfortunately, I had to work today and had to watch the episode late, so you probably won't get this in time for your recording session. Ha-ha! Which means this probably won't be read on your show or responded to it, but I keep writing them. Deal with it. This was a great episode, but I was... Chef, your thing's blocking the... Okay. Please stop highlighting things. I can't read this mail. This was a great episode. Stop it!
Attack!
I'm just going to wait. All right. Now I'm going to actually read this. This was a great episode, but I was wondering what you thought of the complete destruction of so many fanfics. I know you know that we all know this would happen, but what do you think about the future fans who will watch the episodes after they destroy the stories made before episodes air, then try and read the fics? I ask this because as an aspiring but completely unsuccessful fan author, I worry that at some point the classics, which were great when they came out, will be considered lower quality by the fans. For instance, at 39:48 in the combined last 2 episodes, Vinyl Scratch has purple eyes!
This is the worst possible thing.
I am a sad panda.
He has magenta eyes, which are a shade of red. Deal with it.
On a related note, please have fun with the shipping manifest. Some of this is fantastic. Like who knew that there was a Steven Magnet / Discord shipping. And boy, look at all that Octi Scratch shipping. Also, my condolences to my favorite host, Mr. Sand in Your Winslicious. But since Rainbow Dash Mr. Q, it looks like she will never make it to the Wonderbolts, though she is a much stronger flyer. See you at Everfree NW, where I will be working security. I already escorted Tara Strong at Comic-Con as an actual paid job. Lol. Sincerely yours, Pico Pie.
Yeah, I don't think this is just kind of going to put this out there. The fact that Scratch's eyes are magenta as opposed to blood red, as so many people seem to think, that doesn't really change anything in the fanfic, other than they're in that particular fanfic, she has that color eyes. Also, she's not white either. She's actually pale yellow. Everything is now ruined.
Oh, hold on. I gotta get ready. It ruined the whole thing! It's not good at all!
The fans are going to be magenta with rage.
Now, of course, I'm going to say that I'm maybe the author here, maybe the email author, Pico, he was mentioning other fanfics that got canon, but I can't really think of any. Cadence was functionally an OC, likewise Shining Armor. They didn't have other fanfics written about them previously, and pretty much everybody else acted according to how they would normally act.
Well, besides more alicorns.
Yeah. Like I said, Cadence was functionally an OC.
I will admit to...
She was only supposed to be a unicorn.
I will admit to seeing an accidental piece of the animation where some copy pasta of some of the guards led to alicorn guards.
Yeah. But, you don't see them running around leading the country. They're just Celestia's guards.
Yeah, so it's nothing big. That's that bit. And the shipping chart, yes, there actually, I recalled there being one of these very early into the lifespan, but it's good to see it added into season 2. I do always enjoy seeing the loops that loop back upon themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's because Cross and Arrow and 63rd Rune, both the male counterparts to the main 6, seem to think that the main 6 are hot stuff, and that's kind of how those stories go.
Applejack and Applejack. Yep. I want to point your attention over to the left side beneath Caramel. Look at Snails. All right. Oh, forever alone.
I mean, there's Matilda and Cranky Doodle. There is a ship fic featuring those two. But Snails.
Forever.
Oh, and I think Angel is also forever. No, Angel and Gummy. What the devil? That's...
Though I do rather appreciate Tom and a apple tree. That seems pretty good.
It's Bloomberg. It's Tomberg.
Okay, it's Bloomberg. There you go. Tomberg is best inanimate ship. There's some crazy ones in here, and yeah, you can see that I am actually surprised at how many times that Fluttershy and Dash are shipped. But whatever, that's
well. It seems like Dash is sort of the go-to gal for every ship ever. It's like it all begins with her.
Yeah, that's...
There's even Trixie Dash ships. Come on. This community, I tell you, everybody's shipped with everybody. There's Madame LaFlower and a bucket of turnips.
Worth it. I enjoy the Bonbon and Double O Donut. That's pretty good. All right, that's enough of that silliness. There's plenty. You should check that out. We've got a link to it on the show notes. So yeah, you can.
Tom and Apple Tree.
Tom and the Apple Tree. I forget the name all of a sudden again.
Bloomberg.
Yep. All right, Chef, if you wish to go ahead and grab the next one, sir.
All right, so hello ACCS RGIB, which is the random girl in the background, or Gib. Just joking, Starry Night, and guests, parenthetical. In this case, lots of guests. Having just finished watching the season finale, I can only say, best episode ever! We had a plethora of songs, nods to the fandom, and enough action, drama, laughter to hopefully make us through the start of Season 3. I think everyone in this fandom can say to the chaps at DHX, Hasbro, The Hub, and everyone to do with making the show, thank you for an amazing show. I ad-libbed there. I think I'll have to rewatch the new episodes a couple more times to get everything. Wouldn't half expect to see several kitchen sinks, but when Sibsy's OC turns up in the middle of the episode, I flipped out. To the staff of Bronyville, I must congratulate you on your 50th episode anniversary, your year anniversary, today's episode, and your 52nd number of podcasts to make up a year's worth of podcast episodes. As always, I look forward to listening to this every Wednesday and fully expect a double-sized episode for the season finale two-parter. To your guests, I have a question. if you could have anything put into Season 3, what would it be? I tried to keep this short, so I'll wrap it up now. Yours from the land of tea, Union flags, and British bronies, Peter, floor manager for Brony UK Convention. Shameless plug activate! P.S. Lyra gets canon voice, so now she's no longer a mute. I'm rather happy about that. So, guests, what would you like to hear? What would you like to see in Season 3?
Oh, goodness. Anything put into Season 3? I'm going to cop out here and just say the same level of love and dedication they've been putting into things for the last 2 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be honest, I'm up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lots of
just that.
songs. I want songs.
I was about to say, more songs is never bad.
Yes.
I kind of want to see more about griffins.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. And zebras.
Ooh, and zebras.
And I liked meeting Lyra.
I'm surprised you guys. I would be very curious if and this is just to move along with this, if they did something kind of like a story / tabletop, and you got to see them being all wizardly and stuff like that. That could be kind of funny.
Well, see, the danger there is that I think I might have a heart attack if that happened. So, yeah.
Okay, you know what I want to know? I want to know more about alicorns, okay? That's what I want to know. There we go.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that might be good. That'd be good for us.
Yeah. So the as is, yes, I kind of flipped out when Sibsy's pony, aka Wildfire, showed up. I think I'm pretty sure Chef probably did it too, but it was just the point and Sibsy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
awesome.
It's like insurgents can't happen. Prove. So she's got such a good character design too. Love you, Sibsy. You're awesome.
Yay.
Okay. Anything else there? Yep. And Lyra voice. I think that should take care of it. Tall, would you mind getting this next one highlighted in my nice little highlighter?
Sure. Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, Starry, and any of your amazing guests. Well, you get all of us, unfortunately. First off, let me say that I love your podcast and congrats on making it to 50 episodes. And guys, by the way, happy birthday, congratulations.
Yay!
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Now to my question. I know you run your own meetup groups, and I would like to know how you got all those people to join. I run a meetup group here in Southern California, the Inland Empire Bronies on Facebook, and I'm trying to get more people to join. I currently have 74 people who like the page. Anyway, if you have any advice you can give, that would be great. Also, if you could, please wish me luck on holding my third meetup this Saturday, April 21st. Keep up the great work, and I look forward to listening to you each and every week. Shadow Nightbolt. P.S. Have you heard about Equestria LA, and if so, do you plan to attend?
Chef, what do you recommend?
Well, there's certainly a link to his thing. Well, he mentions it by name. So if you have Facebook and you know how to Google, which I think you do, you can find that if you are in SoCal. So I'm sure there are plenty of SoCal Bronies on Facebook. As for Equestria LA, well, we always keep our options open, and we're more than willing to hear what event organizers have to say and what they've got to show. But we have not made any decision regarding Equestria LA at this time.
Yeah, if I have to recommend good ways to get the word out is by hosting a year worth of podcasts and mentioning it on every episode. It's worked wonders for us. Yeah, but if you don't have that option, just keep keep doing stuff and keep pushing your stuff. I noticed that you're actually attached to or show up a few times in the SoCal Bronies, which do have 484 members in it, which I believe actually beats the our bonk list up here in the Bay Area. But just keep doing stuff, because Lord knows that, oh Lord, they have like a thing every few days. I'm looking at there. April 26th, April 28th, April 29th, May 2nd, May 5th. They're doing something about pretty much every day.
That's really
Yeah, up here in the Bay, our guys are constantly doing something pretty much once a week. So just make sure that you're always kind of putting stuff out there. I say for a group, monthly minimum. If you could do something every 2 weeks, that's great. You know, and don't and always work on your get some good sub organizers and ones that might be in a little bit different area that might be able to help and be able to manage like different areas, because if it's a big area, you might need some to spread it out a little bit. You, Chef, anything?
That sounds good. One thing for sure is I have to really step it up on my group. We've been kind of like coasting along a little bit. We have one or two things, but we're not nearly as active as we could.
Oh, well, summer's coming up.
I need to step up my game.
You know, that totally not sweltering Texas summer's coming, so, you know, you can go enjoy the outside. Not melt. All right, we'll go ahead and move that. So let's see, that was tall, so we'll go ahead and move to Know-It-All. Could you grab that next one?
All right. Hey, Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, Starry Night, Imbulshed, and whoever this week's Celestia picked guest you have this week. I would like to congrats on hitting the big old 50, well, 51 as of this episode. It has been a wonderful ride ever since I listened to the first episode. The lull moments of Chef, Cider, and most of all Starry have been a highlight of my weeks. The wonderful songs picked for the outros are always fantastic, and the guests are fresh and fantastic.
Wee.
I still solely blame you all for getting me hooked in My Little Pony fanfic. I love you for it. Question time. If you could see any movie redone with ponies, which movie would it be? Which shippings do you support? Lyra X Bonbon and Chef Sandy X Apple Cider are a given, so which other shippings do you like? What do you have planned for episode 100? Keep up your great work, and I can't wait till episode 100 comes around. Excel Hedge. Let's see. Fluttershy is best pony, Nyx is best fanfiction pony, and Celestia is best Tumblr pony. Twilight is still Twilight-alicious, and Rainbow Dash is always 20% cooler.
All right, Nickel Jar. Toss that in there. Let's see, got a few questions here. Movie redone with ponies. I'm going to throw one out there. Lord of the Rings. All right, there. That's my choice.
Princess Mononoke.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, still with all that crazy blood and just the ooey McGooey, like tendril stuff. Ooh, that'd be weird.
I'm sure they could figure out a way to make it family friendly somehow. Yeah,
that would be interesting. Just that. Oh, I'd have to imagine like one of them's maybe Luna, the other was Celestia. Ooh, man, that opens for a lot of weird stuff there, huh?
Totally weird.
Now I'm just imagining Pinky as one of the wolves.
And Fix were born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other movies, guys?
Well, after the finale, I'd say Aliens or Starship Troopers. Or
Wow.
That would work.
I like Starship Troopers. It's good.
I'd actually like to see Daring Duke, an actual like movie of that. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The same Indiana Jones. Like, it would be great.
Yeah.
I think that a Daring Do iteration of Raiders of the Lost Ark would be
the Daring Do.
Oh god, yeah.
That would be fun.
Really good. I don't know. I
Not
like
the ponies melting like chocolate bunnies in a microwave. No.
What's that?
That would be great if they actually just simply took one of the plastic ponies and then just melted it. Like didn't even like animate it. They just took one and just melted it during that scene. Just,
That'd be fantastic.
It just cuts straight to live action. I like it.
It doesn't even have to be good. It's just somebody. It's like you can see it cut the microwave and it's just like spinning around and then melting.
It's like somebody's cell phone camera.
It cuts back.
Pixelated and all.
Right.
That would be good. Any other, or shall we move
I think that Super Troopers with the Royal Guards versus the Bronyville. That'd be good.
What's that restaurant thing with all the stuff on the wall? Yeah. That'd be a little raunchy, but yeah, I could see that work pretty well. All right, so shippings we support. Ones that we would. Lyra Bonbon is usually a pretty good one. Chef Sandy and Apple Cider makes us giggle. It really does. Makes Starry Night glare at me, which is pretty funny. Let's see. I do like Scratch Tavia. And any of the other ones, it's kind of a give or take. And it's always a weird thing to say what kind of shippings are interest, because it's kind of like, yeah, but this also is a kid's show, but we're also kind of crazy, so, I am a man. That is true.
I support canon shipping.
That is true a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the
Princess Cadence.
There. All right.
you.
Starry
Yes.
just gave her recommendation.
Exactly.
I'm sure she's all about Twilight's parents, ex-Twilight's other parent. Twilight's parents with each other. That's shipping. Yeah.
I ship the cakes.
Yep.
It's a T-shirt. That's gonna be a T-shirt.
And episode 100. God, let us get there first. Jeez. Ugh. Just got 50. Now you guys are already pressuring us for 50 more. All right.
Well, you know what the tradition is? Comes from comics. When you reach episode 100, you have to have aliens.
There you go.
Well, no, see, episode 100 is the reboot where we come back from the dead.
Oh, right. That's
there you
episode
go.
5 is the aliens.
So I have to stop for a month and then start back up. Middle of the season, we're just like, forget it.
But then we have to relaunch it as episode 1 and call us New Bronyville. Secret Bronyville.
I would like to
Crisis on
Brony
Infinite.
Alive?
Crisis on Infinite podcasts.
Bronyville X.
I would like to petition that we be called the real Bronyville. I think that would be appropriate.
And then episode 50 of New Bronyville, you jump the shark and have to restart again.
Right.
Then people complain and we have to go make Bronyville Classic. So.
And then Bronyville C.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Pixel, grab the next one for us.
Sure. Dear Appalicious Thomas Jefferson, Starry Night, and guests. Once again, the most dreaded time of year for bronies has come around, the post-season summer hiatus. Now we must depend on each other for pony content until autumn comes around. With that in mind, I was hoping to contribute more to the community with what many bronies have been clamoring for, fanfic audiobooks. I've already set up an email for the project, which I've called Random Stable Productions, and plan on starting out with Family by NTSTS. My question is, what other stories do you believe would make good audiobooks, or have heard people wanting an audio version? How should I go about asking for requests? Should I worry about a logo at this time? If so, should I make a request from the community, or find an artist whose commissions I can afford? Well, if nothing else, I should be able to get that first story up on iTunes and YouTube and worry about more later. Any advice on the subject is greatly appreciated. Your loyal listener, Vaudeville. Postscript. Random afterthought. Have you guys ever considered Chad C.R. Rocco as a guest? He's a channel awesome / that guy with the glasses reviewer who is an avid brony, made an MLP retrospectives for generations 1 through 4, and even started doing season 2 episode reviews. Just throwing that out there.
I wouldn't be against it. We're pulling some outside contacts as well, and especially if they I do enjoy that guy with glasses reviews, so that I wouldn't be against that. We could Chef, make it happen.
So as for the actual topic of the email, I would say don't concern yourself with the trappings of doing something like this. Make sure that your product is solid first. In terms of doing a story, do you read things clearly? Does your voice sound good? Now, you have to get other people to tell you this because everybody sounds awful to themselves. Stories, there is so much fanfic out there. Usually, I admit that I've done back in the day, I've read a couple of stories that like Midnight Shadow did, way back during like the tail end of season 1. Which was, totally so far, so long ago. Not really. So just pick fics you like, give them a shot, and, run them by people. And just, get started that way. And if it's good, well, congratulations. You're doing something pretty cool that contributes to the community. And even if there's overlap, because I know there are a lot of people out there doing this, still give it a shot and see how it pans out.
Let's see. With checking a little bit of the information here, but trying to make sure that there's nothing wrong with doing something that someone has done before, but it kind of serves you a little bit better if there hasn't been as much coverage on it. But I mean, go ahead.
Really, I think you've kind of got two ways to approach it. You can either do your audiobook recordings on fanfics that are popular to the community, or ones that you like, and of course any that cross over. That's a happy medium. And if it's the latter, if it's the ones that you like, just kind of buck the system. Go with what you like, and people who like it will join up with you. And if you want to go for the ones that are popular and are big and are out there, from what I've seen, the fanfiction sites seem to do the ratings for you. So I mean, you don't necessarily need to see which ones are popular and that sort of thing. You can just go find that out and do it that way.
Mm-hmm. And I would recommend, if they are going up on YouTube, nothing too saucy, kids. Come on.
Yeah.
Now going to be reading this particular fic. It's going to be quite graphic, so prepare yourself. Your body may not.
And as for the logo, I agree. Don't worry about the trappings until you've got the product set. But I have to say, from my own experience, huge fan of making requests out to the community. I mean, it's got me a pretty awesome team.
If you have a good product, the community is going to latch onto you and provide you with stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I would say don't be afraid to ask for requests. I mean, if you find a fanfic that you like, don't be afraid. They're still just people. Most people will respond. Just be sincere and kind about it and be honest. Generally, you get a response back from them.
All right, super cool. And let's see, I think that takes care of it. So last email there, if I could get, see who, I know Sketchbook, you two, I think Sketchbook, and who else did I not get?
Artsy.
Okay, Artsy, Sketchbook and Artsy, you're going to have to rock, paper, scissors or something. Actually, hold on, I'll do a fake heads or tails using this. Heads is Artsy and tails is Sketchbook, and it is heads, so all right, Artsy.
Excellent. Hello, Starry Night, Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and whoever your great guests is this week. Thank you very much.
Yay!
I was listening to episode 48 and to how they were talking about the fact that Pinkie Pie was overmarketed because she was the pink one, and it made me think of something. As I looked over Hasbro's toy line, I realised that although the show has gone out of its way to break the various little girl stereotype, the toy line itself really hasn't, and the licensed merchandise is even worse. All of it's just cute, glittery, drowning in pink. So I was wondering if you had any ideas that were about what would help encourage Hasbro to make their toy line less stereotypical, and by extension the licensed merchandise as well. Thanks for listening, Marty. Yes, I don't care if isn't one of the main six. Vinyl Scratch is best pony.
All right, so we're going to go sit down with Hasbro now and tell them how to do their toy line. So what do we want to say?
I think they are already starting to really pay attention to the Brony demographic, and I know that they're already starting to come out with some toys specifically that are outside the pink sort of dealy thingy, because I know they've got the whole Scratch toy coming out and Sakura and Nightmare Moon and whatnot. So I think they're heading that way slowly, carefully. So just keep supporting the show and throw them money.
I would also say that we always have to say that we've discussed this before with the toys, that it takes a very long time to take an idea and take it into a physical object, because they have to do all this playtesting and stuff. And they actually are doing some fan favorites. Who are the fans that they're probably catering these to? Well, they include Nightmare Moon, Lyra, Trixie, Scratch, that kind of stuff. It's pretty obvious who they're trying to throw a bone to. It's just taken them a little while because they have to put it out there. But above all, and this is kind of the hard thing, they're not going to change their primary toy demographic to try to appeal to all ages. They're still very much a little girl's toy line, which doesn't really mean anything because I have ponies on my desk, so But it's primarily targeted at little girls, and it's going to stay that way. But they'll throw us some bones, and you have to also realize that the We Love Fine stuff is all officially licensed. So the random pony shirts that you see, Hasbro gave the thumbs up to, because all their shirts and stuff have to get approval from Hasbro.
I think, and sort of to play devil's advocate here, I don't know that the point of the email really was sort of Brony toys and that sort of thing. I think it was more making the point of the show tends to present you don't have to be, to the actual target demographic, to little girls. It tends to present you don't have to be, cute and glittery and drowning in pink. But then Marty here is saying but then their toy line is all cute, glittery, and drowning in pink. And whether or not, that's, if they're really sort of breaking the stereotype or if there's sort of a disconnection there. You see what I'm saying?
But how much do we actually need to be marketed to? Because if something comes out there, if we find out, like, dude, there's this new pack, and all of a sudden, it's going to have, like, you see how much of just like, oh yeah, we're going to make a vinyl Scratch. You know that wherever that's going to be, it's going to sell out. Like, we are going to devour it. I went to the Target next to us and I found the pack with Cutie Mark Crusaders and I went, I am having this, like, by the way, Scootaloo, this is mine now. So it was one of those things that I don't even think it has to be marketed. The reason for a lot of the advertisements is so that, hey, I saw this thing while I was watching TV. Heck, if I don't usually watch too much TV. Anything comes across Netflix, and I don't get commercials then. So, if it's all me grabbing it on the internet, through the sources that I'm going to get it through. So I don't think having an ultra like, yeah, bronies, you ready for some pony action? Oh, look at these ball jointed ponies. Just like. I don't know if that would definitely be kind of like I get that's kind of cool, but still on the other hand, I'm not sure that's how Hasbro really wants to steer that ship.
Well, no, but that's not again what I think the email is saying. Like, I think the situation that he's sort of presenting is that, and I keep coming back to it because I think it's actually a pretty good point. If, let's say, you had a daughter who was watching the show and was very young, but really latched on to, say, Rainbow Dash and Applejack and wanted to be very sporty and out there, and I guess you could say tomboyish, but I don't know that really holds up. But just really wanted to be, that kind of person, and they do that sort of thing. If they went out then to the store to try to get toys, they're going to get the things like the dress shop or look at the cute brushable hair, and whether or not the message of the show is coming across to the toy line, the actual girls.
Some of it, like the barn, for example, is pretty neutral. Yeah, they're going to. Like, all the extras that are inside of there are, like, rather... I'm looking at the scooter Fluttershy that is sitting next to the TV, and it's a bunch of flowers and a bag, and, the pony wears a saddle, and, like, all that kind of silliness that's in it. But that's just extra little pieces of plastic that are inside of there. I totally can see that.
Well, also, there's, like, the bakery, Pinkie Pie's Bakery. That shows her owning a business. There's a camping trip. Why is Pinkie Pie taking Sweetie Belle camping? Well, Rarity sure isn't going to go camping, but it's one of those things that camping's fairly neutral. Owning a bakery's scene is kind of a feminine thing. until, some male pastry chef slaps me in the face for it. No, cakes are serious business.
Look out, Roy is going to come for you. I just know it.
Well, I think my take on this though would be just the toys may be that way, but there's nothing saying that because, say, this hypothetical daughter, because this person buys or gets a cute glittery and drowning in pink toy, that they have to play with it in a cute glittery and drowning in pink way, which I think really does kind of come back to the idea of the show. Just because you say look girly doesn't mean you have to act that way, if that makes sense. I mean, I think any child or anybody who played with Legos as a kid kind of knows what I'm talking about. You got the space set and used it in other ways.
Yeah,
I think that's sort of the thing to remember with kids' toys.
Like
Marty is
got mixed in with the pirates. You had to fight the submarines and the dudes from the castles.
Yeah, and I think Marty, just that would be my thing. Is keep in mind that the little girls who are buying this, they're going to use the toys in their own way. So they're not. I don't necessarily think that it's going to be that it's really that big of a problem.
If they decide to do rarity dress up time, that's okay. If they decide to have Rainbow Dash kicking butt, then all right, then that works too.
Yeah.
Add all that fun stuff in. All right. Well, that looks like that wraps up that piece, and we got to talk about our awesome iTunes reviewers and donators. Mr. Sandy, could you fill me in?
Sorry, what? Oh,
donate it. We're doing a show, honey. Would you like to be part of it?
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I was just I'm still here.
Okay.
So 5-star iTunes bronies and donators. So thank you to Michael Lanstra and Jeremy Severy. I hope I'm not mangling your name, for the donations. We appreciate it. Helps us do cool stuff. And our 5-star iTunes bronies this week, 591 ratings. This week go out to Star Strider 2, Ramo 14, Ryuku and Josh Hairston, and False Image. So thank you for the reviews and ratings on iTunes. It helps us keep up on the charts.
Yep. We were. I checked it last week, and there was at one particular point where we were at number 26 in the TV. So we were making awesome strides. It's always just fun to look up there and just be like, we're coming for you, Kevin Smith.
I just want to see us, in the top 36. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. Just to screen print and just be like, ha-ha, look at that. Yeah, but super cool. Please do iTunes reviews. That gets us up there, and it gives us more visibility. And I'm sure that there's probably some people who listen to the show that may have even gotten into My Little Pony simply by listening to us. I think there's even been a few that have written in. So that's always cool, and so thanks to our donators. That helps us keep the show going, helps us provide prizes, helps us allow to do so much fun stuff. So thank you if you can. Donators for the next 2 weeks, of course, are going to go into the Bronyville Bakery Fund to get some food. But very cool to those that are donating to help across to the show. All right, and this is pulling us close to the very end of the show, and we've got so many links here because at this end of the show, we got to give you one cool thing. This is the one super awesome fun thing we want you to look at because it's a good idea or it's something we like or that we love. And my link this week, my one cool thing, is going to be the Crusoe Lego. And this may or may not happen, by the way, but I just want to tell you. So some people have taken like the MLP vectors and made some Lego equivalents that would actually work and connect into a Lego set. So you could actually have like Fluttershy and Big Mac and all these characters like connect into your Lego Playland. And they've made prototypes of all like Derpy and all these characters. And it got such popularity and got the recommended supporters that it actually is up on the Lego Crusoe site. And what was that? Yeah.
Those are just faux. They're actually just 3D models. They're not actually physical items.
Yeah, so they're not real. They're just models. I actually think mostly taken off of the 3D models that are out there. But, I mean, Lego, they reached their 500 votes, and Lego said, hey, cool, why don't you go and get 10,000, and we can look at getting the rights, because this is owned by Hasbro. Supposedly, there are contact over in Europe, did mention something that this may not actually happen, because the Lego is technically a rival of Hasbro for stuff.
They have Creo.
Right. But
which I don't know, are they sold in the US? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I've never seen any. But think about it this way. If you add support to this and the Lego thing doesn't go through, it's definitely enough of a incentive of just okay, listen, we've got 10,000 supporters that say that they will buy Creo of My Little Pony if we make it. That's a rather big incentive to be all right, let's put some of these out here and see if anybody will buy it. So I've put the link inside of here, a little bit of it's actually linked to the Equestria Daily site, and then you can take that and click to the link. You have to make an account to put support inside of here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this to 10,000, and that would be a cool way to add some Lego or Kuro or whatever. Chef, you got some info?
Actually, yeah, I'm looking at the Hasbro site. Creo is sold at Walmart and Target and Toys R Us and Kmart and Amazon, so maybe I'm just not noticing them, but apparently they sell them. So maybe we can show that there's a demand and they'll get off their flanks and make Creo pony toys.
How do you spell that? Is that Kreo?
Kreo.
Creo. Let me take a look at those.
Yep. So my cool thing this week is the Archie V remix of Love is in Bloom, which was done in 12 hours or less. So major thumbs up on that. He totally knocked it out of the park. And I can see why this guy got signed. So, very cool. It's awesome music, and will be the outro this week. I'm sure Em will like that.
Yeah.
What's that? They gave us an outro?
They actually said it. They actually said it in the show, guys. I don't have to look. I can make life real easy for it. Yeah, it's already linked in there. Em, you love us.
Did he get signed for this song, or was he signed earlier?
I don't know. Chef knows it. I don't know nothing.
What?
Welcome back to the show, Chef. Yeah.
My connection is not the best, so I've been hearing every third word this entire episode.
Oh,
I'm just going to trust to you that the episode sounds good and not terrible.
The episode's good. I'm giving you a thumbs up, a hoof up. However.
Okay.
But what was the question that you had? If this was the song that got him signed?
Yeah.
No. This was not it. He's been signed since spring or so. But he's back in doing pony music again. He basically got signed, pulled all his pony stuff, and then now he's doing it again. Since I guess it doesn't interfere with his contract. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. So it takes care of that. Tall Tale, what do you got for me?
Mine is something for the upcoming game Guild Wars 2. It's something that a friend of mine and I we're going to be trying this out and deploying it and see if it works. We have a system that we're designing that we're calling Silver, the Silver system. It's by myself and my friend Carrie. It is our attempt and this is sort of the third rail of role-playing to try to touch it. So this could blow up in our face, but we'll see how it goes. It's our attempt to combine the idea of moderated role-play, which is what we're calling like dice, like D&D, and game systems that are regulated by some sort of randomized chance mechanic and that sort of thing, and attributes, and free-form role-playing, or unmoderated, which is what you've done if you've role-played on forums or in chat rooms or that sort of thing. We've got a guild that we're going to be trying this out in, and it's a role-playing guild. I know it comes as a huge galloping surprise that I'm a role player. But we're gonna be trying it out. We've got a website. It's not up yet, but we've got the domain name. So just keep an eye out. I'm gonna link up the working sheet that we've got, and just take a look. And I don't know, see where it's going.
All right, hopefully coming soon, because right now it's a whole bunch of GoDaddy faces and links.
Yeah. It's all just placeholder right now.
All right, sounds good. Artsy Hartsy, you gave me 2.
Yes, the actual one is a thing I saw in Equestria Daily, Fluttershy TomTom voice. So, please turn right, all this kind of thing. And that's pretty awesome. I unfortunately don't have any TomToms or anything like that, since I don't drive.
TomTom being the GPS device which leads you to and fro, so you can have a pony tell you, in 300 yards you should take a left if you want.
I guess.
No pressure. If you
no pressure. Just as soon as you can.
I'll recalculate if you miss it. Don't worry.
It's like a terrible TomTom.
You missed that turn. You could take another right. Oh, you missed that one too. Did you just not want to go?
Turn around. It might be a good idea.
Did you not want to go anywhere? I can shut off if you don't want.
Yes, and the second thing is totally not pushing my own fan fiction. Just a short little story that I wrote, and I think people might enjoy. They seem to enjoy it. So.
I'm going to click this link here, which goes to FemFiction, which leads to Ditsy's Not So Peaceful Breakfast. It appears to be listed in here as an incomplete, everyone rating, sad slice of life with Derpy and Ditsy.
Yeah. So I pretty much tried to get a little bit of happy and sad in there.
All right. So you have properly pimped yourself, Pixel. You got 2 here.
Hooray, more self-pimping. I draw a webcomic called Walking on Broken Glass. It is not at all pony-related, but I think it might be of interest to some listeners. It's an urban fantasy comic with a sense of humor. Our tagline is a supernatural office dramedy romance about murder. Basically, it's about a man who just happens to be a werewolf who has prophetic dreams that tell him he's going to turn evil and kill a bunch of people, and he wants to stop that from happening. There's also monsters to fight and romance to be had. It's a lot of fun. Be forewarned that it is rated R and kind of bloody at times, but you can read it at brokenglasscomic.com. And I'm also going to be at Stumptown Comics Fest in Portland this Sunday at tabling at D14, so if you're there, stop by and say hi. And then for something that's actually community related, I also helped to create Pony Mush, which is a role-playing community conducted over Telnet. It's based in a fictional area called Horseshoe Harbor, which is largely inhabited by ponies who are definitely not pirates. No pirates here.
Not even a little.
Look, the sign.
No, not. Just look the other way. Just don't look at us. We have a small, tight-knit, and friendly community. And if you'd like to find out more, check out ponymush.com.
The sign says we're not pirates, so.
As somebody who played Muds back in the day, it still is somewhat astonishing that Muds and Mushes and Mucks and such have existed for probably like 30 years now, and people are still playing that.
I know, isn't it crazy?
It's the power of imagination, bro. You know, it was one of those things, Second Life, you got to make your own model, but there was something cool of just like, yeah, this is all the cool stuff, and then I did a backflip and did all that. I had to like find the animation to do that, and it just became too much work. I got this imagination, I want to use it.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Sketchbook, what you got for me?
I got a video. It's called Pinkie Pie in Present Prank. And it's actually, it's interesting. I graduated recently from Savannah College Art and Design.
Woo!
And,
SCAD.
Yeah. And, Tall Tale showed me this video. And, it's about Pinkie Pie, of course, but it's done by another SCAD graduate, around the same year I graduated. And I never met him. So I was like, hey, I actually really like this video. So I just wanted to give him, props for doing it. I really thought it was well animated. And, it's interesting to see other people's work that, the same professors taught him, so it's pretty cool.
All right, cool.
Sketchbook, if it's cool with you, can I sort of tack onto yours the thing that you showed me before the show that your other friend was working on?
Oh, yes. And I guess Telltale is going to show you this other thing. A friend of mine, also a SCAD graduate, he's a pretty big brony, and he's starting to model a 3D version of Pinkie Pie, and he wants to rig it so it's animatable, and it looks really pretty cool. I was pretty excited to see it.
Nice.
Yeah, judging from the comments in this thread that he linked me to, he's looking to make it's like a pony creator like we've seen in Flash and stuff before, but he's working on a 3D model version of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
and
going
that's
to be
awesome.
we use the program Maya, so it's industry standard. So when he's done, hopefully he'll release it to community, and we'll be able to use it to animate for fun. It'll be nice. I'm hoping he does, anyways.
Release it out there, and then make all the OCs. All the OCs.
Well, he wants to actually make the same model so you can rotate between the characters just by buttons. Because all that is changing textures on top of the model, more or less.
Okay.
So that'd be really cool.
All right, super cool. And finally, Know It All. What you got for me?
My thing was a song for the new Lunar Republic by Not a Clever Pony. It's older, but I just wanted to throw it out there. If no one's heard it, go listen to it. It's awesome.
All right, let's see. Hold on, making typity types. All right, and that should take care of everything. I think yep, Telltale's adding in the notes for the 3D ponies. All right, so I think that should take care of all of it. That's our one cool thing, which this leads us out to having to say goodbye to all of our friends that we have met today. I wish to go ahead and just one more time, Tall, if you would just go and mention your site one last time.
Yes, definitely. It is mlprim.com, or as AC put it, mlprim.com. It's for My Little Pony Role-Playing is Magic, the Season 2 edition of which we're aiming to put out on May 12th, and we'll see how that goes.
All right, sounds super cool. So let me go ahead and thank you, Telltale.
Hey, my pleasure.
Thank you, Artsy.
No problem.
Thank you, Pixel.
No problem.
Sketchbook, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And Know It All, thank you for showing up.
Anytime.
All right, super cool. Also want to give big thanks out to my co-host, as always, Chef Sandy.
Count on me.
I always can. And yeah, I also want to thank all you awesome listeners with all your great words for pushing us through to do this for a full year. This is the longest project I've ever run, and you guys with all your emails and all your kind words and great stuff. We love you all. And I also do want to say I hope to meet a whole bunch of you on the Justin TV coming next week. Keep your ear tuned for what that's going to happen. We may even be able to get those meanies over at EQD. No, I love them. I'm kidding. To make a post about it.
Yeah.
So yes, I want to go ahead and thank all of you. Here's the wrap up. You can find us over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. Send us an email over at Bronyville@gmail.com. Leave us an iTunes review. That gets us higher up on the rating, and we get to say your name. And don't you want us to do that? Twitter. My Twitter name happens to be Bronyville, and Chef.
I'm Chef Sandy.
Awesome. Meetup groups, if you want to go ahead and meet ourselves in Meet Space, you can find me. I help out with the Bronies of Northern California.
And I run North Texas Bronies.
And conventions thus far, we are slated to attend at Everfree Northwest in the humble and wondrous land of Seattle. Yeah. So, and that takes care of us for episode 51. It has been a crazy season, and this will wrap up season 2 next week. Let's go ahead and talk about season 2 in its entirety with you. But for now, sleep well, every pony.
Adios.